How you doing? And welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed, and these are the Bassics. Get it? Bassics. In this video, we're going to be continuing our look at the key of C major, and we're going to look at an E Phrygian scale located in 7th position. So we're going to be locking our first finger in our 7th fret, second finger in our 8th, third in our 9th, fourth in our 10th. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe and ring the bell so that you know when your next lesson is coming. We're going to start with my first finger on my 3rd string in my 7th fret, E. From there, we're going to go to my 2nd finger in my 8th fret on my 3rd string, F. And then we're going to move to my 4th finger in my 10th fret on my 3rd string, G. Now we're going to go down a string. 1st finger, 7th fret, 2nd string is A. After that will be my 3rd finger on my 9th fret of my 2nd string, B. And then 4th finger on my 10th fret of my 2nd string, C. Move down a string again, 1st finger, 7th fret, 1st string, D. And last will be my 3rd finger on my 9th fret of my 1st string, E. So let's go over that one more time. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Now what we're going to do is take this, and I'm going to give you some time to follow along with, and then you could do it with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check that out with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do is play this scale descending. So we're going to start with my 3rd finger on my 9th fret of my 1st string, E. From here, we're going to go to my 1st finger on my 7th fret of my 1st string, D. Now we'll move up a string to my 4th finger on my 10th fret of my 2nd string, C. From there, we're going to go to my 3rd finger on my 9th fret of my 2nd string, B. From here, we're going to go to my 1st finger on my 7th fret of my 2nd string, A. We're going to move up a string again, and we're going to go to my 4th finger on my 10th fret of my 3rd string, G. Next will be my 2nd finger on my 8th fret of my 3rd string, F. And last will be 1st finger, 7th fret of my 3rd string, E. So let's try doing that all together. E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Now let's try the descending version of this scale with some time and a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try that with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, what we're going to do is put the two ideas together. So we're going to ascend through this E Phrygian scale and then descend through it. I'm going to hit the top note 2 times. So it'll sound like this. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. So let's try this with time in a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you practice these basic ideas, remember that the further up the fretboard you go on a bass, the less likely you're going to actually be playing there for a long period of time. But when it comes to modes and understanding how these work, it's good to spread your ideas out across the entire bass. Ultimately, you could do an idea like this, Ultimately, you could do this E Phrygian scale in a lower octave, starting with your open E and working through your notes there. For an example, it would look like this. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Your lower register is a lot more common for just playing in the pocket along with a drummer. After we go through our basics and get all of these little ideas down, I'm going to start expanding on that thought. And this way you could start working on songs and making good bass line choices for what you would like to do with your song. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Compliments are nice, but questions let me know that you're working on these things. If you enjoyed this kind of a lesson, please subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel, and every subscription helps tremendously. If you would like to know more on these kinds of subjects, please consider joining my Patreon, where I try to go into a lot more depth, and I'm slowly offering more and more things there. Good luck and good practice.